I thought it'd be really fun to mess with samples from some of the previous episodes. So we got the piano. Just put it in FM mode, adjusted to multi-setting, which changes the frequency range, and then I added erosion, EQ, and other distortion. We get. Next, we got the creaky metal door. Just placed the marker where I wanted it, added loop, some reverb, and arpeggiator. We get. I put all these notes here intentionally, because if I take them off, then we get a different effect. We got some vocal bites. And of course, the sample from this episode. This was done by Spectral Drone Maker. It stretches it out, makes it real slow. If I turned it off, and you can hear that in the intro a little bit, just not as much with all the sounds playing. I just kind of put that in there to fill some space. We also got the sample here. And it's just direct cuts from it with a little bit of reverb added. So everything in the project's from the sample except for some drum taps here and there. And the synth that I added in the beginning called Dext. It's an FM synth. I love it. Works kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch. If you have the patience for it, I highly recommend it. And here's the sound. And I layered that with the sample that I turned into chords by finding a piece that I thought sounded really good. Went to the pitch envelope, turned it down 24 semitones, messed with the decay and the sustain. And it has a nice tone and glide. Together. And you hear this glide synth throughout the song, just with more notes added. And these chopped up pieces below it are just cut up versions of it. And right below that, we have more metallic sounding version of that. And what I did here was I put some of them into complex mode, some of them are in beats mode, some of them have the transients reduced, some of them are pitched up, down, some of them the volume's turned down, turned up. And it sounds like this. And I added some amp, vocoder, chorus, and delay to it to give it that extra bounce. So in context. I also have arps scattered throughout. Moving on to the bass section, I usually put multiple basses in my songs. And this is kind of a resounding bass, and the way that I made it was I took the kick that I made from the sample, looped a sine, and added saturation, erosion, low passed it, more erosion, and chorus to give it a bit of width, and we get. We also got this bass right here, which you hear throughout the song in different variations, and it was probably my favorite thing to make. All I did was I took the sample, I stretched it in grain mode and texture mode, and it sounded like this. And if I go down in pitch, so I thought that sounded pretty cool. So then I added EQ, kick tight to make it sound a bit fuller, erosion, overdrive, and I just played the lower notes.